Vote communications.
Yeah. We're going to communicate, Mr Chair. Very, very important time, Mr Chair, in vote communications. And I just want to take a little bit of time for the House this afternoon to explain exactly what the government is doing. It's a very, very busy area, and where the government is making significant investment alongside significant industry investment in the development of New Zealand's telecommunications infrastructure. And actually I'd like to take the opportunity to record today that one of the aspirants for international bandwidth, Pacific Fibre, have made another step forward today in terms of securing an international partner. I congratulate them on doing that, and that's what it's all about. It's a combination of private industry investment and also government investment to speed up the development of our telecommunications infrastructure, and it's all part of the government's growth plan to get New Zealand growing faster. The big one, of course, is the ultra-fast broadband initiative, which we've now fine-tuned the RFP on feedback from the bidders, and that RFP has gone out and the bidders are now putting their very best feet forward in terms of making their final bids to participate in this program. And it's a very exciting program, and we're expecting recommendations from Crown Fibre Holdings later on this calendar year. Just reminding the House of the objectives: 10 years to complete this very big project, the first 6 years focusing on core areas like education, health, businesses, and the first tranche of homes. Complementing the ultra-fast broadband initiative is the rural initiative, which we've developed earlier this year, and that's a big one as well. $300 million, made up of $48 million of a direct appropriation plus TSO reform to create a telecommunications development levy of another $250 million, and that's to invest to subsidise, if you like, the development of some of the rural telecommunications infrastructure. And the thing that sticks in my mind is the fact that roughly half our rural areas have dial-up broadband. We can't have that continue, and so there has been expressions of interest and very high level of interest in those opportunities by private firms to partner the government to improve that infrastructure. And again, we're expecting further progress in the second half of this year as we get ready to select the final partners for that project as well. On the demand side, Mr Chair, we have a number of activities going on, not least in the education area. There's a lot of work in trials of a national education network. We're also snupping the schools. School network upgrades are underway, and at the end of June, the Minister of Education and myself announced another 239 schools that will be snupped over the next little while as they get their school networks upgraded. That's very important as well, because the education sector is a big part of the demand side from the government area for broadband. There's also the health area, and I'm pleased that the Health IT Board, who I've met, are really grappling with the opportunities that they're presented in health, and wider government initiatives in other government ICT methods are being coordinated through the government ministerial ICT group, which is putting together projects to encourage the better delivery of government services through the online space, particularly as broadband continues to develop. We have a number of complementary initiatives underway in the rollout of infrastructure space, where we're encouraging councils to work alongside the bidders for both UFB and rural projects to make their infrastructure available, to encourage the bidders to do the work in their areas first. And there is also some very, very good trials going on of innovative techniques such as shallow trenching and other ways of rolling out fibre broadband around the country. I'd like to touch on a couple of other issues, if I could, Mr Chair. In the policy area, we have a lot of policy development work going on in the communications space. A big one and an important one is international roaming, and in particular data roaming between here and Australia. We've been working closely with the Australian government, and we've released a document where we've sought feedback on the status of international roaming, particularly between New Zealand and Australia. We've had the submissions in, we're evaluating those submissions and really looking for ways to which to bring those costs down. So again, to facilitate the development of our close economic relationship with the Australians, and they're very enthusiastic about doing that as well. And there are also other areas, Mr Chair. One that I won't go into in great depth is the issue of mobile terminations, as I have a decision that I will be needing to make in the next little while in that regard. But the government is very active across a range of spaces, DSO still to come, in order developing New Zealand's telecommunications infrastructure for the 21st century. Thank you, Mr Chair.
Members, the question is that vote communications stand part of the schedule. Those of that opinion will say aye. Contrary will say no. The ayes have it. The question now is that vote transport